Hello, I'm Anaya, and I'm going to be doing earthquakes and volcanoes. Let's start with earthquakes. Earthquakes are a sudden or vigorous and violent shaking of the earth, when sometimes causing great destruction as a result of movement within the earth's crust or volcanic action. Earthquakes are located along the normal faults that form the sides of the rift or beneath the floor of the rift. Divergent faults are rift valleys with a continental mass, also host shallow focus points. Shallow focus earthquakes occur along transform boundaries when two plates move past each other. There are three different faults that cause earthquakes. Faults are fractures or breaks in the Earth's surface. Rocks move past each other. There are normal faults. Block of rocks above the fault line slide down relative to the other block. Reverse faults. The block of rock above the fault lines slide up relative to the other block. Strike split faults. Blocks of rock slide sideways on either side of the fault line. Earthquakes produce energy. Here are some vocab terms. Seismic waves. Vibrations caused by earthquake energy travels. Focus. The point underground where earthquakes begin and rocks begin to move. Stress. Force exerted when an object presses, pulls, or pushes against another object. Liquefaction. Shaking of the ground causing the soil to act like liquid. This can cause landslides or structures to sink into the ground. There are three types of earthquake waves. There are P waves or primary waves. They are usually the fastest to move. They can pass through all materials. There are secondary waves or S waves. They leave at the same time as P waves and travel half as fast as P waves. They can pass through solids, but no other types of materials. There are also surface waves. Surface waves are the slowest. They travel along the surface and cause the most damage. Volcanoes. Volcanoes are mountains or hills, typically continental, having a crater or event through which lava, rock fragments, hot vapor, and gases are being or have been erupted from the Earth's surface. There are three main places where volcanoes originate: hotspots, divergent plate boundaries, convergent plate boundaries, and there are three main types of volcanoes: synchrones, which are usually the simplest type that have steep sides, and usually short, few hundred meters, explosive force, and cinder means lava fragments. Shield. The volcanoes that make up the Hawaiian Islands. Mauna Loa, Hawaii. Gently sloped. Quiet without much force. Mostly made up of igneous basalt. Very large. Fountain-like eruptions. Composite mountains, which the Fiji Mountains are composite, aka sea volcanoes. Alternating rock fragments. Rocks and ash are ejected with force. Lava escapes during quiet eruptions, steep and large. And that's the end for volcanoes.
Well, wasn't that interesting? Hi, my name is Marisha, and I will be covering the topic of the layers of the earth. Now, there are 4 layers of the earth: the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. First, for the inner core. The inner core is the center and the hottest part of the earth. It is a solid made up of iron and nickel, with temperatures up to 5,500 degrees Celsius. With its intense heat energy, the inner core is like an engine room for the earth. The outer core. The outer core is the layer surrounding the inner core. It is a liquid layer, also made up of iron and nickel. It is extremely hot with temperatures similar to the inner core. The mantle. The mantle is the wildest section of the earth. It has a thickness of approximately 2,900 kilometers. The hard mantle is made up of semi-molten rock called magma. In the upper parts of the mantle, the rock is hard, but in the lower down, the rock is soft and beginning to melt.
I'm doing plate tectonics. Let's see. What they do to the Earth and what they cause to the Earth. Anyways, plate tectonics. What an interesting topic that is. And then they were formulated in the 1960s. Tectonic plates are a part of the crust in the uppermost mantle when together referred to as the lithosphere. The plates are 100 kilometers thick and includes two different types of material. There are also two types of like plate tectonics. So there's oceanic crust, oceanic, continental, and oceanic. There we go. And also referred to as the cyma and the silicon and magnesium. Okay, then there's the cyma, and the cyma is the material of the lower part of the Earth's crust, underlying both ocean and continental crust. And the theory is that the rigid outer layer of the lithosphere is divided into a couple dozen plates and move around across the Earth's surface. Well, it's actually referred to as a tectonic shift and a movement of the plates, and makes the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is made up with several major tectonic plates and several minor tectonic plates. Earth is always a constant change. From the deepest part of the ocean to the tallest mountain, the tectonic plates explain the features and movement of some plates, some facts, and one famous transformation boundary. In the San Andreas Fault in California, it is the boundary between the North American plate and the Pacific plate. It is the cause of many earthquakes in California. The Minor Trench is the deepest part of the ocean. It is formed by a convergent boundary between the Pacific plate and the minor plate. The Pacific plate is being subtracted under the minor. Scientists are now able to track the movement in the tectonic plates using GPS. The Himalayas mountains include Mount Everest, were formed by the convergent boundaries of the Indian plate and the Okay, well that's all there is to tectonic plates now.
Yeah, I'm Alexa. I'm going to be talking about landforms and how they form. Shut up! Landform is a word that describes the shape of a natural land feature. They're created by forces of nature, and a mountain is a raised part of the Earth's surface, so that could also be known as a landform. Landforms are also being able to caused by mudslides and or landslides. A landform is a type of land that is part of the terrain. Mountains, hills, plateaus, and plains are the four major types of landforms. Minor landforms include buttes, canyons, valleys, and basins. Tectonic plate movement under the earth can create landforms when pushing up mountains and hills. Erosion by water and wind can wear down land and create landforms like valleys and canyons. Both processes happen over a long period of time, sometimes millions of years. The Mariana Trench, the deepest landform on Earth, is in the South Pacific Ocean. It took 6 million years for the Colorado River to carve out the Grand Canyon in the U.S. state of Arizona. The Grand Canyon is 446 kilometers, 277 miles long. The highest landform on Earth is Mount Everest in Nepal. It measured 8,850 meters, 29,035 feet high, above sea level. It is part of the Himalaya range that runs across several countries in Asia. A valley is a lowland area or dent in the earth between higher lands such as mountains or hills. In simple terms, it can be defined as a natural trough bounded by mountains or hills. In simple terms, it can be defined as a natural trough bound around the surface of the earth, sloping down to the lake, ocean, or stream, which is created because of water or ice erosion. On this basis, the river or stream flowing through the valley empty the land's precipitation into the ocean. So that is what I have on landforms.
I
hope you all learned
We
something.
had a great time making this.
Finally, thank you.